I'll just give you a quick overview of ethics and some suggestions on how to study ethics given that we only have 1 month left. Okay, so as far as your ethics course is concerned, the first 2 readings still consist of your code and standards. So this is straight out of level 1, and I'd say that this is about 70% of your exam. Then readings 2 and readings 3, reading 3 and reading 4. This reading 3 is soft dollar standards and reading 4 is research objectivity standards. These are relatively short readings, and what I'll do in this crash course is give you an overview, but a more detailed version is already on the website, so the video lectures are available. Then readings 5 through reading 9, these are in study session 2. These are nothing new in these readings. These are just case studies, and they are 2-3 page case studies that are based on the standard and the code and these 2 readings. So I'm not going to cover these. I expect you to just do those readings. In Schwezer, they are practically just 1 page, 1.5 page, and the focus over here is just to understand the actions and whether or not they comply with the standards. And then reading 10 is a quick reading on prudence, which we will cover today. Okay, so given that we only have 1 month left, I'm going to give you a 2-pronged strategy. You know how much time you have. What I'll tell you first is what you absolutely must do no matter how much time you have. And then if you have more time, you can do stuff later. Okay, the basic lectures on code and ethics, these are already on my website, and this is the 7 standards that you need to refresh. Okay, so just if you've forgotten these from level 1, the long-winded thing to do is read them, but the short thing is to just quickly listen to the lectures. It's about 15-20 minutes per standard, so absorb that material. Next, the lectures on soft dollar standards, research objectivity standards, prudence. So again, about 20 minutes or so per lecture, and you will get the core concepts. Readings 5 through 9, these are the applications, short readings. Don't spend too much time on these. You won't be tested on the exact content of the reading. It's not like literature where you need to know who did what and who is whom and all that. But what you do need to know is that if somebody is doing front running is a violation of so-and-so standard. So just read the actions and learn what standard is being violated by what action. So this is relatively quick. What you absolutely must do is all the practice problems in the curriculum. So there are regular questions, there are case study questions. So do these 2 times. Do these once now, and then in the last week before the exam, see these again, because these are the best example of what will show up on the exam. Something that I did, and I would recommend you do the same, practice your level 1 curriculum questions also. If they are not, most of them are similar, but if you can find any differences, do those plus your level 1 mock exam. So if you have time, you can practice this. And then the other critical element is all the mock exams, CFA mock exams that I've made available to you or that you can get from other sources. Do all the ethics case studies from there. So when you do all this, you will have sufficient practice. Ethics is very hard to read and absorb. But when you practice, then you start understanding a few things and you start understanding the sorts of mistakes you make. So the key is all the practice. So this is the minimum that I expect you to do. If you have time and want to be more diligent, so if you're not working and have 16 hours a day to study, then the additional things that you can do is from the curriculum, you read the examples associated with each substandard. I don't know how many of you pay attention to this or not, but every standard, such as knowledge of the law, will have substandards such as professionalism. In the curriculum, there will be the standard, there will be guidance, and then at the end, they will give you examples of how that standard is being violated or not violated. And the questions that you get are taken out of those examples. So it takes a lot of time, but if you do have time, then do this. But remember, this is only 10% of the exam, so there's another 90% that you also need to be preparing for. So if you have time, do this. If you have time, practice the Schweizer questions. What should not happen is that you spend your time practicing Schweizer and miss out on the curriculum. That should not happen. But if you are done with the curriculum and are itching for more, then it's okay to practice Schweizer.